Hey everyone, welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're looking at the absolute explosive growth of the AI job market. A few years ago, AI was all about raw experimentation. It was the Wild West. But today, the dust has settled and we've entered a highly structured, incredibly lucrative second phase of the AI gold rush, the enterprise deployment phase. But when you really dig into the data, something fascinating emerges. The massive wealth being generated right now, it isn't just going to the people writing the core algorithms. So, question for you. Do you think traditional AI software engineers are the only ones getting rich right now? Well, the current market data tells a completely different and frankly pretty incredible story. Companies have quickly realized that just buying access to foundational AI models simply isn't enough anymore. They are desperately searching for specialized professionals to deploy, govern, strategize, and manage these systems safely. And because of this massive talent shortage, everyday professionals who simply pivot their skill sets are suddenly commanding astronomical premiums. Just to give you an idea of exactly how high the ceiling goes right now, by the end of our countdown today, we're going to look at one specific, non-coding heavy role that currently commands a base salary of up to $445,000. Yeah, you heard that right. It is a staggering number, but it completely validates the massive financial opportunity we're about to explore. We are counting down the top 10 high-paying AI careers you probably haven't even heard of yet. Okay, let's dive right into this. First up, strategy and creative roles. Now, these are highly accessible career paths. You absolutely don't need a computer science degree here. You just need to know how to orchestrate modern tools. Coming in at number 10 is the creator strategist, and number 9 is the curiously named vibe marketer. Do not let that trendy name fool you. If we look at recent salary data from the booming Indian and outsourced digital markets, these roles command massive premiums. Why? Because a vibe marketer is essentially one single person using AI to do the work of an entire traditional 5-person marketing team. We're talking about dropping campaign launch times from 8 weeks down to just 2 days. Companies are happily paying top dollar for one human who brings that kind of intense cost reduction and sheer speed. Which brings us right to number 8 on our list, the AI orchestrator. Think about it this way. While a traditional marketer is manually grinding through day-to-day campaign execution, an AI orchestrator designs autonomous workflows. They use tools like NN or Zapier to build AI agents that automatically create ad creatives, analyze performance, and then generate reports. Because they're building systems that essentially run themselves, AI orchestrators are commanding up to a 60% salary premium over traditional marketers, reaching up to 35 lakhs per annum in the global remote market. It's wild. Moving on to our next section, product and implementation. This is the tier where businesses are just desperately trying to turn raw AI models into actual functional everyday products. At number 7, we've got the AI product manager. Now, standard software is deterministic, meaning the code does exactly what it's told every single time. But AI systems, they're probabilistic. They guess, they adapt based on user interactions. An AI product manager's job is to safely design user experiences around these really unpredictable confidence scores. Because navigating this requires a completely new way of thinking about product design, they easily command salaries between $140,000 to $195,000. That's a solid 22% premium over your standard PM. Coming in at number 6 and 5, we have the forward-deployed engineer and the MLOps specialist. Look, training an AI model in a pristine lab environment is one thing, but keeping it running smoothly for millions of live users without it totally breaking is an entirely different beast. Forward-deployed engineers work directly with clients to integrate AI, while MLOps specialists build the massive cloud infrastructures that keep the whole thing running. An MLOps expert easily clears $200,000 because of one massive absolute deal-breaker of a problem they solve. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is exactly what that problem is. It's called data drift. You see, over time, as human language and behaviors naturally change, an AI model's accuracy actually degrades. It literally gets worse at its job. MLOps specialists are paid top dollar because they build automated systems to detect this exact algorithmic decay, and then they trigger automatic retraining cycles before the customer even notices a drop in quality. Next up, ethics and governance careers. Thanks to massive new legislative frameworks like the EU AI Act, a multi-billion-dollar compliance industry has essentially just been born overnight. So at number 4, we have the algorithm auditor. Government agencies and major corporations use algorithms to make massive decisions, everything from loan approvals to hiring. But a major study by the NIST found blatant racial bias in nearly 200 facial recognition algorithms. And I think we all remember Microsoft's Taybot, which turned incredibly toxic in under 24 hours. Algorithm auditors are hired to constantly stress test these models to ensure transparency and stop harmful biases before they turn into massive corporate lawsuits. And this perfectly leads us to number 3, the corporate AI ethicist. As you can see, this offers an incredibly lucrative career path. Even right at the entry level with just 0 to 2 years of experience, AI ethicists are starting at $130,000. By the time they reach a lead position, ensuring responsible risk assessment in highly regulated industries like healthcare and finance, they are clearing $300,000 a year. Their core job is to bridge that really tricky gap between complex legal compliance and everyday engineering. All right, let's move into advanced AI engineering jobs. We are now at the absolute sharp end of the spear, looking at the elite roles responsible for controlling foundational models. At number 2, we have the LLM engineer and the advanced prompt engineer. Actually, scratch the idea of basic text prompting. We are talking about fully programmatic prompt engineering here. These engineers build complex chains of instructions where one AI model's output safely triggers another model's action. By using vector databases and RAG architectures, their entire goal is to prevent the AI from hallucinating, making sure it strictly pulls from accurate, approved corporate data. For elite professionals at Frontier Labs, base salaries for advanced prompt engineering scale all the way up to $425,000. And finally, that brings us to the number 1 role. We've reached the climax of our countdown, the most elite, forward-looking, specialized role available today. Number 1, the Frontier AI Safety Researcher. Specifically, over at OpenAI, a single researcher on their preparedness safety team can command up to $445,000 a year, and the job description is fascinating. They say they're looking for tasteful and strategic executors. Why tasteful? Because this person's job is to model and defend against threats that don't even exist yet. They are literally paid to imagine the future. The exact threat they are paid to prepare for is known as recursive self-improvement. This is an unsettling but very real scenario where an AI becomes smart enough to research, design, and train a better version of itself, needing less and less human input with every single cycle. This safety researcher is worth nearly $500,000 because they are the defensive front line against an AI that outpaces human control. And guys, this is not science fiction anymore. OpenAI CEO Sam Altman has openly stated he wants an automated AI research intern running soon and a fully automated AI researcher by 2028. Experts agree we are currently standing at the foothills of the singularity. And the professionals ensuring that transition is safe, they are the highest valued individuals in the tech market. So, let's talk about finding your best fit. So the crucial point is, how do you actually capitalize on this information? Your very next step is identifying which role perfectly aligns with your current skills. If you're non-technical, maybe you come from marketing, operations, or project management, your absolute fastest path to a massive salary bump is becoming an AI orchestrator or a vibe marketer. Focus heavily on mastering workflow automation tools and AI agents. Now, if you're already a developer, your path is MLOps or LLM engineering. But here is the golden rule for both tracks in 2026. Practical, verified project portfolios now carry significantly more weight with hiring managers than legacy university degrees. Build a real system, prove that it actually works, and the market will absolutely reward you. The window of opportunity to be an early adopter in this deployment phase. It is wide open right now. The jobs exist, the demand is vastly outpacing the talent, and the salaries reflect that sheer desperation. The AI job market has fundamentally shifted. So, I'll leave you with this. Which of these roles will you claim? Start building your portfolio today. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and I'll catch you in the next one.